We are going to be working with multiplication up to 4 and 3-digit numbers. So if we have a look at 78 multiplied by 5, what we need to do is very clearly set out our place values and line up our place values so that we can see that these are the units and these are the tens. And then we draw two lines to say this is what it's going to be equal to, so it looks like equal signs, which helps. And then we say 5 times, so we start with our unit there. We've got nothing else to multiply by, so that's great. We must remember to put in our times sign. And then we say 5 times by 8, this unit, is 40. So because 40 contains a unit, which is 0, and a 10, we carry our 10 over. Then we say 5 multiplied by 7. So we first multiply by 8, then we multiply by 7. And 5 times by 7 is 35, and then we need to add our 4. So 35 plus 4 is 39. So our answer to 78 times 5 is equal to 390. If we have a look at another example, let's do 23 times 4. Again, we need to very clearly set out our digits and make sure that the place values are lined up. And then we multiply our 4 by 3, and 4 by 3 is 12. So I put my 2 down there and I carry my 1 over. 4 multiplied by 2 is equal to 8. So 8 plus 1 is 9, and my answer is 92. So 23 times 4 is equal to 92. We are now going to have a look at a 3-digit number, 387, times by a 2-digit number, 18. Now this is slightly more difficult because the number that we are multiplying by has both tens and units. So what we need to do is, again, just very clearly set out our digits, space them out quite a bit so that we can very clearly see that these are the units, these are the tens, and these are the hundreds. And we put in our times. So because now we are multiplying 387 by 18, and 18 has both a 10 and a unit, we need to make space for 2 lines here because we are first going to be working with the units. So here, this is where our units will go, and then we're going to be working with our tens, and that's where our tens will go. And there goes your 0 because when we're working with this 1, we're actually working with a 10, but we're not going to multiply each of these numbers by 10. We're just going to multiply them by 1, and that's why we have to put this 0 here. So if we say in exactly the same way as we do when we're just multiplying by a unit, we say 8, firstly working with our units. 8 times by 7 is 56, so we put our 6 down there and we carry our 5 over. So there's your 56. Then we're still working with our units, so we say 8 times by 8 is equal to 64. Now we need to add 5 to our 64 to get 69. We carry our 6 over there. Still working with our 8 here, we say 8 times by 3 to get 24, and 24 plus our 6 gives us an answer of 30. Right, now we are going to be working with our tens. So we work with our 1 now. We can cross out our 8 because we've already worked with it. This is our answer when we times 8 by this number at the top. So that was our units. We've dealt with the 8, which is our units. And now we can cross these out because we've already used them. Now we say 1 multiplied by 7 is 7. We say 1 multiplied by 8 is 8. 1 multiplied by 3 is 3. And there's our answer for our tens. So 10 times by 387 gives us an answer of 3870. And now we add our what we multiplied our units and our tens, we add those together. So we've got 6 plus 0 is equal to 6. 9 plus 7 is 16. Carry our 1. 1 plus 0 plus 8 is 9. And 3 plus 3 is 6. So we end up getting an answer of 6966. We are now going to be having a look at a 4-digit number multiplied by a 3-digit number. What we need to do here is, just because they're bigger numbers, just make sure that we are very careful in the way that we set out our work. Right. Now we need to make space for 3 lines in the middle here, because we are going to be working with the units, then the tens, and then the hundreds, because we've got our hundreds is our 3, and our tens is our 9, and our units is our 7. So now in the same way, we need to make sure that we put in our zeros. So let's use the pink for the tens. And then because we're multiplying by 100, we're multiplying by 300 when we times up with our 3, we need to put in 2 zeros to indicate that it's 300. So now let's work with our 7. 7 multiplied by 2 is, we first work there, is equal to 14. Carry our 1. Then we go to our 8. 7 multiplied by 8 is 56, plus 1 is 57. 7 now multiplied by 5 is 35. 35 plus 5 is 40. 7 now multiplied by 9 is equal to 63, and 63 plus 4 is 67. So we've now dealt with our units, so we can cross our 7 out. That's all done. Now we work with our tens. We cross out these little numbers because we've used them. Now we work with 9 times 2. 9 times 2 is 18. Put down our 8 and carry our 1. And then 9 times 8 is equal to 72. 72 plus 1 is 73. Carry our 7. 9 times 5 is equal to 45. And 45 plus 7 is equal to 52. And now 9 times 9 is 81. And 81 plus 5 is 86. So we've now dealt with our 9, which was our 10. We now look at our hundreds. So we say 3 times by 2, which is equal to 6. 3 times 8, we first need to cross these little numbers out. 3 times 8 is equal to 24, which is, put our 4 down, carry our 2. Then we've got 3 times by 5, which is equal to 15, 16, 17. Put down our 7, carry our 1. And then we've got 3 by 9, which is 27, and 28. So then we just put in some placeholders here. And then we need to add. So we've got 4 plus 0 is 4. 7 plus 8 plus 0 is 15, and carry our 1. Then we've got 1 plus 3 plus 6, which is equal to 10. Carry our 1. Then we've got 7 plus 1 is 8, plus 2 is 10, plus 4 is 14. Carry our 1. Then we've got 6 plus 6 is 12, plus our 1 is 13, plus our 7 is 20. So we put our 0 and carry our 2 over. Then we've got 8 plus 8, which is equal to 16, plus our 2 is 18. Carry our 1. And then we've got 3. 1 plus 2 is 3. So our answer ends up being very large. We've got 3,804,054.